Hi, this is Myra McKinley with Heart of the Home. I am a real estate agent with the Case Sutton team at Keller Williams. And this is my video series, and we're just going to highlight local businesses. We're going to talk to important people in the real estate industry. We're going to do giveaways. And today we're actually with Benchmark Mortgage. I have Nikki here, and we're just going to ask her a few questions and find out some information that you guys might be interested in knowing. So, hi, Nikki. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So the first thing that I just wanted to ask you about is, what exactly do you do?
We mainly help people get to their goal of home ownership. We help them try to facilitate what is their best route, what type of loan program is best for them, whether it be short-term or long-term goals.
Awesome. Okay, so what's the first step that they should take if they're thinking about buying a home?
They need to contact a local lender. They need to call and try to make an appointment, whether it be over the phone or in person, to discuss where they need to start as far as pulling credit and discuss income information, asset information to figure out what is the best program for them.
Okay, so if somebody does want to put in an application, how does that affect their credit score? Does it affect their credit score?
No, we tell people that they really need to try to, if they're going to apply for a mortgage loan, keep it within a 2-week window period of time if they're going to go with or, shop more than just one lender.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So if they are shopping more than one lender, does that affect things?
They should just go with someone, that they're referred to and can trust and take good care of them.
Like you.
Exactly.
Okay, so can you kind of walk us through the process? What happens after they put their application in, they get approved?
Once we pull their credit, discuss the income and asset information, we can tell them whether or not we can pre-approve them. We will either take them down a road to fix their credit, or if we can issue pre-approval, we let them know as well as let their realtor know, and that's the fun part for them. They get to start looking at houses. During that time, we really try to build their file. We try to get as much up front within a 10 to 15 day period of time. And once we've obtained all of our information, ordered all of the third-party information, once we've received the contract, then that's just kind of a behind-the-scenes phase where we are working the file, getting it into underwriting. We will typically get a pre-approval. At the pre-approval from the underwriter, we will know if we need to get more documentation, which is typically very minimal. And that's when we will then resubmit their loan into underwriting to obtain final approval and get them to the closing table. And that's typically about 2 weeks out from the closing date on the sales contract.
Okay, great. So how long does the whole process really take? If they were to imagine, I'm going to buy a house tomorrow, how long do they really need?
Well, contracts are anywhere from 30 to 45 days typically. We try to have everything done on our end within the first 3 weeks. Sometimes it does not always work that way, and sometimes it takes us a little longer to get appraisals because Midland is so crazy right now. Yeah. But for the most part, everything gets done in about the first 4 weeks.
Okay. So what kind of credit score does somebody need in order to get a loan approval? And maybe we should talk about what are some of the different loan types first.
Yeah, there's FHA, which is a government-backed loan. There's VA for veterans, and there's a conventional loan. The FHA loans can typically start at 580 to 620. That's the bottom tier, and there has to be some other sort of strength if we're going to go that low with credit score. Then you get into another tier of 620 to 640. 640 is typically the start of a conventional loan, but we really like to not go under about 660 on the conventional loans. Okay. But so bottom line, just to be safe, I'm going to say 620.
Yeah, that's a good number to be
at.
Yes. What are some of the strengths that people would need? Say if somebody says, I've got good income, I don't have very much debt, and I've got a score of 540. Would those be good criteria for them, or is there other criteria that really?
Reserves, having a little bit of money in the bank, whether it be a 401k, is somewhat of a compensating factor. Other income that that they have and that we don't use, such as bonus income, possibly child support income, and if there's a non-purchasing spouse that we're not using that has additional income, sometimes that can be a compensating factor.
Okay, awesome. So, how much money does somebody need if they're going to go and buy a house? They can't really come without money, right?
Right. Well, there is one program. There's a down payment assistance program, and I can tell you a little bit more about that. But the minimum number is 3%. But for the most part, your minimum down payment is going to at least be 3.5%, which is where the FHA government-backed loan starts on their down payment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 3.5% of what the sales price would be.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you have to figure closing cost into that, and that can range based on the property, but just kind of a minimum number on that. It's typically about $6,000. So you've got to figure you're going to have to come in with your down payment plus your closing cost.
Very good to know. I don't think that most people even realize that.
Right.
And all that goes in together. So what kind of special programs do you guys have? You just mentioned one.
Yes. So Texas has a couple of programs, but they're basically the SETH program and the TSHAC program. They start at a 3% assistance or down payment assistance, and will go up to 6%. They have a minimum credit score requirement of 640. But don't forget, we can always help people build their credit scores up to get them to that 640 if they're not there. But it can really help people if they do not have the funds saved up. It's hard for, especially a lot of younger couples, to save up the minimum down payment that's required. And so if they get up to 6% down payment assistance, they only need a 3.5% down payment, so some of that money can play into their closing cost as well. So some people can get in with very little money.
That's an amazing program.
Yeah, it really is. It's great. And then they have programs for teachers and police officers, people that are work in the community. So there's great programs out there.
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I would love to ask her so many more questions, but if you guys have more questions, please come and visit her or call her. She'll give you her information right now, actually.
Yeah. My name is Nikki Thompson. I'm with Benchmark Mortgage. I've been in the business 15 years total. There's about 35 years of experience here that I have backing me. So my number is 432-897-4577.
And we'll also post that on top of up here for you guys to look at. But I also, before we go, I wanted to make sure that we did our little drawing for our Susie South 40 today. And Nikki so graciously said that she would do it for us. So we've got all the names in here, shaped it up really good. And
Want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. Tricky.
Glued together. That way we didn't have any cheating.
Mia Sykes.
Mia Sykes. All right. So congratulations, Mia. And we will get in contact with you in order to get that to you. And make sure that you tune in every Thursday at 9:30. Thanks so much.